And another question I have is, how come I only see the moms buying school supplies and school clothes? Do dads even do that?
Honestly, women are bitter. They're miserable. I honestly, this is maybe controversial, but I think women started a gender war. I really think women started the gender war. Okay, because I just think women just finds complaint about men for everything and anything. I don't know what she means by I never seen men do this. Are you talking about social media, or are you talking about real life? Because there are men that do it. Hell, I just did it. I just went with my daughter to buy her school supplies. I mean, I'm just really tired. One, let's say the social media part. Um, Men don't really post social media like that. Not on average. Not many men do that. And if they do that, they don't post on everything they do on social media. Okay, so that's social media. Now, real life, I don't know. I mean, this is a thing where I just find it just. I don't know why. I mean, like I can't even assume that men don't do it. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to slow down and think of what could be a reasoning, because I do think men do. They do go shopping with their families, their kids, to do certain things. So, but let's say where she's not seeing said images, said events. I don't know. I mean, like in general, they have a more enjoyment to do shopping of any and every kind. So, I mean, does it, like, okay, I would say this, right? Let's say in a case where a father is not taking the daughter or the kids to do school supply shopping, does that make him a terrible father? No. It's like that is not even one of the things that would make a father terrible at. It's like some people just gotta nitpick about everything just so they can say, oh, men are terrible, right? That's what I feel on this app. At least on social media, I'm seeing it that women need to nitpick about anything and everything so they can paint a negative image of men. And I think women do this far more than men do. I'm not saying men don't do it. I bet you men do, but women do this far more than men. Because they want to show men's incompetence, show men's terribleness, evilness, whatever. They want to just show men in negative lights. And it's like, okay, I get it. How about, you know what you could do is just descend for men then. Okay? Just don't think about men, don't talk about men, don't deal with men. That's probably better for you. Leave the women that actually want men to just deal with men. Because it's the amount of hate that is really tiring. I get it. We get it. You hate men. I get it. But it's like, to equate anything and everything to, oh, men are terrible, it's tiring. A father not going with the kids to buy school supply does not make him a terrible father. It's not even a thing. It's not even a big case. And you know what? I don't know. When I went to Target to get my daughter school supplies, I saw plenty of men with their family. Are you gonna pat these men in the back then? Because if you have the audacity to chastise these men for not doing something that you think that they should do, but if they're doing it, are you cheering them on? This is the thing where I find it funny when women say, oh, men that, that, let's say example would, take their kids to buy school supply. What do they think? They deserve a cookie? No, men are not out there saying, I deserve praise for doing something. It's women saying, oh, look at this man, like, he's amazing. Men don't care. Men are not looking for validation. Men are not looking for validation from strangers like that. It's women. It's like, this is why, I don't know. This shit is it's just tiring. It is just tiring. Why do we constantly gotta nitpick about so many things, right? And it's not like she's reacting to a video. She's just talking to the ether about men. I mean, again, it's just like, when people talk about, oh, men this, men that, you just put a blanket statement on majority of men, if not all men. And it's just tiring. It really is.
Just pay child support and look where my son at with me. Y'all new niggas is bummy.
Yo, he's right there. He can hear you. You know that your son can hear you, right? Like, what you don't...
I don't understand how some people don't understand this concept, where why do you need to, bring adult shit to children's ears? That's one of the things that actually give children trauma. Okay, this is how some kids, gain trauma because of childhood like this, where we either badmouth their parent, right? They're either their mother or father. We bring up issues we have with said partners, right, in front of or to the children. It's like, this is why people say to be so sure who you give kids to. It's like, marry before you carry. It's not like, oh, it's not like just a happy go easy term. It's like, you hope that you chose the right person, absolutely right person. Because this is the thing, in my honest opinion, choosing a partner is the most important thing a person can do in life, in my honest opinion. Because that will be like the person you could be, the parent of your child, the person you be the rest, be with the rest of your life with, the person you're around the most with. That is the most important thing you could do. So that is why it's so important to choose the best, a partner that makes sense for you. And I find this really ridiculous, right? With some people, I'm not saying that in particular she did it, but some people who badmouth their partner in front of their kids, or just badmouth their partner in front of to the world, right? It's like, do you not realize you chose that person? No matter how shitty that person is, you chose them. You thought they were good enough to give your body to. You thought it was good enough to give kids to. So that's a bad reflection on you, right? And women, I mean, men do it too, but women do this predominantly. You calling these guys the father of your child, or the man you gave your body to, a loser. You gave your body to a loser. We already knew that he's I mean, yeah, fine, he's a loser, but you wanted that loser. So really, it's like, don't you realize that's a bad reflection on you? This is why, I mean, any women I've dealt with, I take accountability. I don't blame them for the the failure of the relationship. I don't badmouth them. I don't. It's for my baby mom. I would not badmouth her in front of our daughter. I mean, she's done to me, but I wouldn't say nothing. It's I wouldn't stoop to that kind of low, because I had my daughter come to me and say, "Oh, mom said this about you and said this, da da da." I'm like, do you think that's true? And my daughter said, "No, you're not like that." Then I said, "Well, that's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna lower myself to bad mouthing your mom in front of you, because what do you think? It's like, this is why we show how selfish we are. What do you think we are doing to our kids' brains, right? Where they see this toxicity, where they see how we treat each other. People are just selfish and stupid.
Look, y'all, this my ain't shit baby daddy right here. You see how I put him out again? He think he got 20K followers on TikTok and he the shit now because he dating a 21-year-old. He think he the shit. He think he got so much money. He don't even take care of his kids. He think taking care of his kid is watching them for 3 weeks. That's what a man is, apparently, and that's what a father is, apparently. Don't worry, the live is watching you.
So the live watching me.
Honestly, this looks bad on the woman, right? On women that do this. This man, this is a man that you wanted. This is the man that you gave a child to, right? This is this ancient man. You were attracted to this man. You most likely still, because you're being in your feelings right now. You wanted this man, right? This ancient man, you wanted him. You gave him a child. You gave him years of your life. You gave him your body. So really, this is a lot about you, okay? It says a lot about you attracted to, going for, giving a child to ancient men. This is the thing with women, like, they talk shit about the men that they are attracted to. They talk shit about men that they accept, that they give their body to. They talk trash about the men that they give children to. You wanted him. So really, like, what's even worse? The ancient man or the women that want the ancient man? Absolutely ridiculous. That's why I cannot understand it. I really can't, because it shows such a bad light on the women who do this, right? Because again, you're showing that this man is a terrible man, yet you were the one who wanted this terrible man, right? You are the one who wanted to and gave a kid to this terrible man. So no matter how shitty of a father he is, you thought it was good enough to give him a child. No matter how shitty of a man he is, you thought it was good enough to give him your body. So really, you are not that great, right? This is why I said that women's judgment in men is a red flag on them if they are terrible at it. It tells you what type of character, what type of person they are. Because this ancient man, well, you are attracted to an ancient man. So it doesn't speak a whole lot about you.
Excuse me. I am weird. I know I am weird. But this is your dad. Honey, you guys are gorgeous.
It's genuinely crazy how some of y'all minds work, because let's talk about this. Because y'all watched a 20-second clip of a man sitting in a coffee shop with his daughter and a woman walking up to them saying, "I'm not trying to be weird," which is weird within itself, and started asking them stuff. Instead of y'all being like, "Oh, a guy's having coffee with his daughter," y'all automatically start assuming this guy is a pedo and kidnapping her. Look, sometimes I know some stuff looks out of place, but y'all are literally in the comments dragging that man over a 20-second clip. And the girl literally said that was her dad, and y'all are still trying to be FBI investigators on this app. So I did the investigation for y'all. I won't say his name, but that is literally a picture of him and his daughter, the same daughter he was in the coffee shop with. The reason why I'm making this video, because I commented on 2 separate creators' videos talking about this post, and they blocked me.
I hate how we're conditioning men. I really do. I had a father-daughter date with my daughter, like, recently. She's like 13. and she wanted to hold my hand while we were walking. And in my mind, it's like I had to fight, right? Where I try not to hold her hand because of this. Where I'm thinking like, oh, what are people going to think? What are people going to think? Are people going to think that I'm shit like that? And I was like, no, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I hold her hand, right? I hold her hand while we're walking, but she wanted to hold my hand while we were walking. I was like, what the fuck are what we are doing to men? We, and particularly women, we are painting the image that all men are disgusting. Any men that are doing anything that can be perceived as whatever by strangers, it's like, because I had to come to realize that it's the minority of men. It's a small percent of men that are terrible men. Yet women in particular use that small group of men to blanket all men. So now that I honestly believe so many men are now scared, they are frightened. Now they're questioning what it's to be a good father. They're questioning what it is to love their daughters, love the people around them. They're questioning it. This is the same thing with why women complain, oh, men aren't approaching, men aren't chasing. No fucking duh. It's like women don't ever think, right? Guess who are the men that listen, right? It's good men. Guess who are the men that you're complaining about that don't listen and that you constantly see that do bad shit? It's the bad men. They would never listen to begin with, but it's the good men that will listen. And now, because these good men listen, they are fucking shit up. Because now good men question what it is to be a good father. You can't even show your affection to your daughter because strangers will question it. You can't even approach a woman because you're scared of being, me too'd or whatever. You're scared. You're scared of a woman, no matter what, even if you did it respectfully, she may think that you're ugly, so you're harassing her. And that in particular that was such a recent thing. And it made me feel so disgusted that's what I was thinking about, right? When I was hanging out with my daughter, she wanted me to show her affection. What did I do? I'm thinking about, what would women think? All right, what would women think about me? I was like, it's just depressing.
Hey, you got some extra batteries I can borrow for my rose? It's dying on me.
For your rose?
Yeah, my rose.
You're talking about the plant, right? You gotta be talking about the plant.
Why would I need batteries for a plant that grows out of the ground? Like, be for real. Batteries are not.
You better not be talking about the rose that I think you're talking about. Because why are you using it? Why you couldn't just sneak up to the store and you have to come here and ask me for that like I want to know?
Well, because you have remote controllers and all this different stuff in your room. I need my batteries now. I don't want to go to the store. Yeah.
It's not even nighttime. The least you could have did is come in here and ask at nighttime.
What the time of day have to do with it? When my stress level is up.
No. You want it? No. That's bad. That's gonna be bad. The sun just ain't showing you a sign that you don't need it. It's too early for all that. So for you to come here and ask me batteries for a rose, when you could just snuck out to the stuff, you don't need that right now. You do not need that right now. That's disgusting.
Oh, wow.
Controversial opinion. I think the problems we are having now is that we have young men, we have young women being raised by single mothers. We have no fathers in the household. We have bad women choosing bad men to raise the next generation. This is a thing where we don't recognize that it's not because you're gender, okay, that you're a bad person. It's just you're a bad person, okay? It's who you are. You lack morality, lack of principles, lack of boundaries. Because this is a thing where a lot of these women can't understand how predatory they are, how toxic, how disgusting they are. Because imagine that situation was reversed or was switched, where it was a single father, going to his daughter and talking about a flashlight. And we all know what that is, right? Talking about that. Would the internet not be like thinking that's a joke, that's a prank? Or is that disgusting? Is that shame? This is the thing where we always say, we need to bring back shame. Guess what? I believe it is the rise of women power, empowerment, women, we have households with just single mothers. That shame is gone. Shame is, there's no shame, right? People don't experience shame anymore. People don't check the things they say and do. That is the problem. This is honest opinion why single father household do better than single mother household. Because young boys and young ladies understand that you gotta be careful with the shit you do, right? You bring shame onto the family. You bring shame onto yourself. You're being disgusting. It's like, what's this thing? Fathers keep men out of prison and women off the stripper pole. While the opposite, mothers produce those things, right? Single mothers produce that thing. Also, it's like, I've been seeing, I think these are probably older videos or whatnot, but I see a few of them. I see a few of these type of videos where mothers are going to their sons and or daughters and saying this stuff. It's like, probably it's a trend, probably a prank, whatever, or joke, but it's like, seriously? Would any of these women think that's a joke if a father did that? If a father went up to his daughter and was talking about shit like that? I swear to God, with women's rhetoric, they never think. Women never think, because imagine if all these women say all these things like, men are trash, just any rhetoric that women say. do women ever think, how would that sound if I replace men with women? How would that sound if I replace men with, let's say, blacks? Does that sound good? Because if it sounds bad when you replace it with some, any other groups of people, would that sound right? Would that be kosher? Would that sound, good? Usually wouldn't.
Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son.
Nah, hey, snitching. I'm not even saying the snitching and shit because I'm not into the gang or street shit. But snitching on your own fucking son is diabolical, my nigga. I never in my life seen some shit like that. Nigga, dad snitched in, nigga, he went and did the shit with snitching on him too. Nah, that's crazy. And then they said the dad snitching on the son when the son was sliding for the dad because them boys got shot. And the dad got shot. And I think and the dude brother got shot. So he went back and slid for them. And the dad snitching on him. Oh my God. Yo, that's diabolical. That's unheard of. That is unheard of, y'all. Boy, let me.
Okay, I don't know that story, right? I don't really know the rapper. I don't know the story behind that case. But what I want to talk about is the mentality of snitching. That shit is, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, is one of the things that is hurting the black community. That is killing the black community. That is why the black community is filled with violence. If my son killed somebody, I'm taking him, right? I'm taking him to the police station. I'm taking him to prison, right? This is the thing where the problem is that we're not holding bad people accountable. We're not holding bad people accountable for doing bad things. Like I said, I'm not necessarily talking particularly about that case because I'm not learning, or I don't care to learn about the deepness of that case. But the mentality of not snitching. What do you mean? Usually, what does it entail by not snitching? You're not snitching on someone that's doing criminal acts. So this criminal that you won't snitch on is going to continue doing crimes. Guess where they're doing crimes? In your fucking neighborhood. So someone that's dealing drugs to other kids, right? To kids, to whoever, you don't want to snitch. They continue to deal drugs. And then you wonder why your community is filled with drugs, right? You blame it on CIA. But hey, but the brothers of your same color, right? Of your same skin tone is dealing the drugs that the CIA implanted. You won't snitch, right? You won't stop, right? You won't stop the process, but you want to blame the CIA. Where black on black crimes, your brothers murdering your brothers. You don't want to stop that. You don't want to stop the mentality of the people that have the mentality to murder others. You don't want to stop it. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. I think not snitching is one of the most stupidest, ideology I've ever heard in the black community. It is absolutely idiotic. I'm sorry. I can't understand. You don't want your brothers and sisters to be in the white man's justice system. I get it. But here's the problem, okay? I get it. Maybe be in the justice system for smoking, smoking weed, okay. Be in the justice system for, family matters, okay. Not snitching on someone that's dealing drugs in your community, not snitching for someone who's murdering other people in your community, beating up people within your community, like violent or harmful crimes. I can never understand that. Crimes that do not benefit your community at all. And in my opinion, no crime does. But I mean, there are small, negligible crimes, right? But those are not small crimes. I don't understand the whole notion of not snitching. Because you're not helping your community. You're not helping other people, because the criminal you don't snitch on, they're going to commit crimes against the people you know and love. You don't know how many mothers I hear cry to me, her son got killed. This is a thing where we gotta stop. I will not cry that I sent my son to prison for doing a heinous crime. I'll cry that I couldn't teach him better. I couldn't lead him down the right path. But it's accountability, right? They did the crime, they gotta serve the time. some of the commenters on that original video were saying that they didn't even catch them. Right? They didn't catch the boy. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. He went through the men's arms. Okay, that in itself softened the blow. It would have been a different impact if he fallen straight to the ground. Nothing stopping his momentum. Right? Physics. Okay, there are people who I've heard stories literally falling from the sky, like whatever, parachuting, whatever, or a mountain. Okay, landing on trees because the branches soften their flow of their fall. They survive. While let's say I think it was a murder story, right? A murder story where two women fell or were pushed. They were pushed off a cliff. One woman, right, landed in a grove of trees. And because of the branches, right, the impact thanks to the branches, like kind of softening the blow or kind of destroying the momentum of the fall, she survived while her friend went straight to the floor. That's the thing where a lot of people, no, those men were heroes, okay? Those men saved that kid from at least, at best, right? I mean, like at least save him from a broken bone or like a broken back or a cracked head. They actually did that. They softened they softened the momentum, okay? Plus, because of how they went through his arms, same with the tree thing, you can land a certain way. Who knew if he may have landed, more towards his head or whatever angle? That's the thing where it's like, seriously, I think this is, people think that, saving things is like the movies or something, like, they're mad fast. These are men, old men. These aren't like athletic superhumans. That's like, seriously. I mean, I give credit where credit is due. I believe that maybe they didn't save his life, but they definitely saved him from a serious injury. Okay, I really do. Unbelievable. People are crazy, and those men definitely helped.
So my boys are actually not wearing girl clothes. They are just wearing clothes, and whatever makes them happy, they can wear. Mama, so beautiful.
Now, I'm just using that as an example, okay? So it's not really about the dress or whatever. This is a kind of a conspiracy theory I have. That I believe a lot of women who are secretly man-haters, they're feminists, get with a weak man, whatever, usually leave that man, right, a single mother, and then if they have a son, because they have such disdain for men in general, they try to effeminate that man, make him more feminine in nature, right, mindset and energy and just personality and traits, just very feminine in, like I said, mindset and how you go about life, calling yourself beautiful instead of handsome. It's like, and again, it's not necessarily the dress, which the dress is like already very feminine in nature, but it's trying to push towards a more feminine feel for a kid, where you're not letting, because I honestly believe naturally a lot of, and it's not always, but I mean a lot of boys will exude a more masculine energy, be more rough, tough, play around more. It's not, but even though, right, we don't need to restrict children. I believe women actively, in my personal opinion, actively push children, i.e. boys, to be more feminine, to be more in tune with their emotions, be more emotional, so and I believe that has become a detriment. So controversial, right? I think you're seeing that how a lot of men are transitioning to be more women. You see women complain about it, like they say, there's no masculine men anymore, and all this, bull crap and stuff like that. But it's just, I believe that I just did a video of a gender reveal of a woman upset that she's getting a son, really upset. She's extremely upset, and that led me to thinking that yes, I think a lot of women are like that. They don't like men. Not like they hate their sons, but they don't like men. So secretly, subconsciously, deep down, they are raising their sons to not be a man in a way. They actively try to make him more feminine in nature. So I think that we are seeing a new generation of men where they're not successful in life, or they're not adapting well in life. They're very emotional men, very emotional. They can't control themselves. They can't control their emotions. Because this is the thing where I believe one of the traits of being a man is controlling your emotions. Stoicism, right? Is to control your emotions, because men know that being overly emotional is one very dangerous, and honestly, being emotional is it's chaotic and you can't control it, right? We've seen it with women. Being emotional is not being overly emotional is not a healthy thing, because it can lead to very, violent situations or just bad situations. Being emotional, overly emotional, isn't a good thing. being logical is better. Controlling emotions is better than being overly emotional, especially for men men have the disposition or the ability of strength. So it's not a good thing.
And after 9 long months, it was finally Daddy's turn to carry you.
You know, women prove it to me every day that if she's attracted to you, right, she actually wants you. There is no such things as red flags, standards, and preferences. If she likes you, if she's into you, if she wants you, right, she's attracted to you. There's no such thing as red flags. There's no such things as rules or standards. You see it every day. You see it with the type of men women pick. Like, women constantly say, "Oh, the men I dated were liars, cheaters, abusers, womenizers, all this stuff." Why are you dating those types of men? Because you were attracted to said men. We hear it every day that women complain about men, especially the ones they dated, especially the men that, you know, I don't know, that done them dirty. Well, because you were attracted to him, so you ignored red flags, and women prove it consistently and constantly. If she's into you, you do not need to make the extra effort. You do not need to go above and beyond, because women will bend over backwards for you, right? If she's actually into you, if she's actually attracted to you, she will make it easy for you to be with her. That's the thing. If women are, and this is how men should know, if she's actually into you, she will make it easy for you to be with her. You don't have to follow rules or, you know, standards or whatever, because she actually wants you. Okay, while the other men that, you know, there's plenty of women have plenty of options. The men that would treat them like queens, that would bend over backwards for them, that would you know, wine and dine them, court them, be gentlemen, open doors for them, all this stuff. Those men, women don't want. Women don't find those men attractive. Women are not excited for those men. Women find those men as being settled for. Okay, so yeah.